lines. He's digging through the tape. First string grind, every snap, every rep. Everybody talking first round, same names again. Danny in the shadows, finding value in the 10. Stopwatch ticking, notebooks full of ink. Missed by the cameras, but he sees what you think you didn't see. From small schools to backups with a chance. If there's a sleeper on the board, he already made the call in advance. Danny Savage, draft guru. Breaking down the board like a pro really do. Late round legends, yeah, he's standing on the truth. Day 3, Danny turning pigs into proof. When the lights fade out and the crowd goes home, that's when the future gets quietly grown. 6th, 7th round, undrafted dreams. You connecting all the dots in between the schemes. Traits over hype, film over fame. If the league missed it, he's calling the name. Every year, gotta steal, every class got a few. When they go and show brand, Danny says, watch this dude. Danny Savage, draft guru. If it's sitting on the board, he's spinning it too. From the war room to the launch crew. Day 3, Danny, yeah, the legends coming through. Yeah. This is Danny Savage, draft guru. Let's go. Let's get into it. This is Danny Savage, draft guru. Let's get into it.
Boom! Greetings from YouTubeville. Once again, Danny Savage, draft guru. If you like the video, subscribe, give it a like, hit the hyper button. Also, don't forget to click on the notifications so you know when I go live. Bro, had like about an hour's sleep and woke up, did the corner class, had to run out, then I ran back to safety class, and then I did the tight end class. So tonight I'm going to cover the safety class because barely anyone worked out, yet the kids that did work out were off the charts. And if more even would have worked out, it would have been crazy. But yet I started dropping players March the 5th. And since March, I've been saying this safety class is ridiculous. And how ironic it is. Yo, the kids that did work out today, I think 3 to 4 put themselves in round 1 easily. And then, so I'm going to do that. And then the tight end class is Bazura. And I'm going to do a separate video for the tight end class. And then mañana, I'll do in the morning before the combine starts, I'll do the corners because it's a below average corner class. Maybe like a couple. Listen, everyone I'm giving you, I've dropped videos on. And so mañana, I'll give you the corners in the morning. And then tomorrow, I believe the quarterbacks are going to work out. There'll probably be about 2 quarterbacks there. Mendoza's going to be there, but he's not working out. And running backs and I believe wide receivers. So then I'll break that down tomorrow. So check this out. We're going to talk safeties. Joking around, right? Today, I think 90% of the world, 90% of the content creators out there, I'm trying to get the camera, the microphone. Today, 90% of the content creators out there learned that Sonny Styles actually had a younger brother. What do you think of that? You go to the Twitter machine, there's a million videos for Lorenzo Styles. Oh, yeah, that's right. June the 8th is when I put out my video for Lorenzo Styles. Lorenzo Styles started off at Notre Dame as a wide receiver, kick returner, punt returner, spent 2 years at Notre Dame, however you want to call it. Then he transferred to Ohio State, played with his brother. His father played for Ohio State too. So Sonny originally started at safety, grew into linebacker, and Lorenzo stayed at safety. Now, when I broke down Lorenzo Styles, June the 8th, I said he is a defensive back, he's a wide receiver, he's a kick return, he's a punt returner. He is an athlete. And how many times have I said, when you can do more than one thing, you are valuable? He's a day 3 steal. Get him and figure out what to do with him later. He ran, because everyone's going nuts. I think he broke the record for the safety. He ran the fastest ever for the safety. He ran a 4.2740 today at 6 foot 195. Yo, bro, that family's genetics is ridiculous. And his brother is 6'5", 250, and he ran a 4.7. And Sonny, he ain't done growing. And I would probably bet money also too that Lorenzo Styles is not done growing either. And they even said Lorenzo, he has the crazy short temper. Every football coach that was successful that I've always spoken to, they've always said it's always the youngest son. If there's boys in a family, it's always the youngest one who's the craziest one. It's always the youngest one he's the nut. And Lorenzo has, but I love that. This is football. It's not table tennis. This isn't swimming. So, like, I know Cowboys Corner knew about Lorenzo Styles. He's a big Notre Dame fan. Uncensored Cowboys is a huge Ohio State fan. So I know he knows about Lorenzo Styles. But it's ironic. The entire 90% of the world had no clue Sonny Styles had a brother. From June 8th of 2025 until today, I have not seen one video of anyone dropping Lorenzo Styles. But the champ did. That's why I'm the best there is, the best there was, best there ever will be. He is, you can compare him a little bit to Cooper DeJean, but he's late day 3 and jack of all trades, and he can do everything. He jumped into I didn't think he was gonna test that great. 4.35. That's 20s, bro. That's 20s in the first round. Very athletic. Now it's crazy. Like, this is a draft channel. Now there's like a million mock drafts of Dylan Thurman going to the Dallas Cowboys at 20. Everybody, but yet no one knew who he was last week. Comical. Who else did great? The kid Warren from Toledo, McNeil Warren, who I've loved him since the fall. Ran a 4.52, a little bit on the taller side. I envision, like I said, he's a headhunter, but I think he could play free or strong, if that makes any sense. He's tall, 6'2", plays bigger. And what's up? You all right? Talking to my dog. And but he's gonna put on size. Don't be shocked. And I've been saying he's gonna slide into the end of round 1. And I think after today, he's gonna be around. He's gonna be in the 20s, round 1. Let's see, man. Who else? But yet, before the safeties went out today and tested, I put a whole bunch of guys that I liked on the Twitter machine, Danny Savage, Draft Guru on Twitter. I'm like, watch this guy, watch this guy, watch that guy, watch this guy, watch this guy. And everyone I did, they all blew up today. Yo, Bud Clark, TCU, a little bit older, 4.41, plug and play, 6'2". Bud Clark, even though he's an older cat, he made a lot of money. He made a lot of money today. He is plug and play. Plug and play. Michael Taffer, Texas, ran a 4.5, walk on to All American. The kid got heart, hates to lose, sore loser. That's it. I'll handle the rest. Give me someone that hates to lose. Give me someone that's a sore loser, and I will handle the rest. Look up 2 years ago when Texas lost to Ohio State. Michael Taffer, Texas safety, how he was reacting in like the corridor, going to the locker room, flipping out. Where other guys are just on their phone looking at the Instagram. This kid has heart, bro. He made himself a lot of money. A lot of money. He's very athletic too. Hates to lose. Robert Spears Jennings, 4.32. Nobody saw that coming. Nobody saw that. I called this and I put him out there. Jalen Kilgore, South Carolina, he ran a 4.40. Can play inside out. Great size. I'm telling you, so many good safeties didn't work out today, but the ones that did work out, every one of them knocked it out of the park. Knocked it out of the park. Like I said, Bud Clark, TCU, 4.41. He's plug and play, even though he's 26. Xavier Nwanka, Iowa, put him out there. Huge. Nice size. And Iowa's weird, bro. Iowa, I'm not a baseball guy, but Iowa plays their safeties like picture a baseball center fielder, where they legit play their safety like he's the last line of defense, and they play him like 20 yards off the ball, 25 yards off the ball. So he has to be very athletic, big, rangy, tall, be able to go sideline to sidelines. Yo, and I've been talking about him for years. Trey Stooks from Arizona ran a 4.33. Yo, the safeties ran faster than the corners. I'm serious. Not a lot of good corners worked out. But honestly, this is a below average corner class. But I've only been saying that since May, you know. I've only been saying that since May, man. Let's see. Dalton Johnson, Arizona, 4.41. I mean, a lot of guys. I see at least 3 or 4 going round one. I put him out there. VJ Payne, Kansas, 4.40. That's flying for a safety at good size. Kamari Ramsey, USC, ran a 4.47. Wow, Kamari Ramsey's a first rounder, hands down. And I'm sorry, when USC they went up, they were in the Big Ten. I'm sorry, but there's certain conferences that I value more when the players are in there and the production they do versus other ones. I'm sorry. It is. Kamari Ramsey, love him. Before this morning, I put his video out there on my Twitter account. AJ Hawley, LSU. Bro, brolic. He ran a 4.52. He is rocked out. AJ Hawley, center, LSU. He is jacked, and he comes up and he sticks people. And I've been blowing him up all year. But this morning, just to zing everybody, I threw out and I had no clue who was going to run today and who wasn't. Who am I? What the fuck do I know? You know what I'm trying to say? But I took my top guys I knew Caleb Downs wasn't going to run, but in my world, Caleb Downs isn't my number one safety. But then you're going to hear people say, oh, but the consensus says he is. He is. I march to the beat of my own drum and my own eyes. Give a fuck what people think, man. AJ Hawley, LSU, 4.52, plays the run like an extra linebacker. And he's not coverage wise, he's not a liability. I'm big on him a lot. How about USC's other safety, Bishop Fitzgerald? How about him? He had a great day working out, grade 40. Show me anyone that was been blowing up Bishop Fitzgerald. Show me anyone. And these are just the guys that were so many of them. Like I said, I just gave you maybe like hardly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 dudes ran the 40. 40 means nothing to me. It really doesn't. Don't get me wrong. When I didn't think these safeties that I loved and liked were gonna do these times. I did not see that coming. So listen. I'm honest. Why am I going to sit here and lie? You know what I'm trying to say? I don't think anyone saw Dylan Thurman running a 4.35. Like Lorenzo Styles, yeah, but he's just a straight up athlete. Real quick, so I don't want this to go on too crazy. I'm going to come right back at you with a tight end class. I've said this since May. I think the tight end class is the worst position in this draft because there's a lot of smaller cats. And don't get me wrong, I do not have a tight end with a first round grade, yet others do. But the tight ends that people are blowing up, they're smaller. They'll catch balls, but I compare them to last year's Harold Fannin, who he was my fourth tight end, who went to Cleveland, had a great year, but basically Harold Fannin, and he went off at Bowling Green. He had like 1,100 yards, 13, 14, 50 touchdowns, but he's basically just a big wide receiver. So, yeah, is he going to get you points? 1,000%. Is he going to block for you? 0. That's what the tight ends that people are blowing up, they're just pass catchers. But then there's some bigger cats that are great run blockers. And then there was some other cats today that, I don't know, man, they must think they're Tony Gonzalez because they didn't work out or nothing. But listen, so many safeties did not work out, but the ones that did knocked it out of the park. But how ironic, I've been saying since May, this safety class is awesome. And I've been saying since May, this safety class is going to stretch all 7 rounds. Because we all know when you're rocking with the GWO, it is for life. Give me a minute. I'm going to be a little brutal, but I'm going to come back out with the tight end class. So it's not that I'm brutal. It's just some people are going to come out and say, oh, nothing but good things. No, I have to give you the pros and I have to give you the cons. But that's the difference. Over and out. Give me a minute. Pop out the tight end class. Peace.